Pradesh, if you see the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the edges of your screen, the BJP has gone up to 130. 130, that's the number. Why? Let's see some of the other pollsters and what numbers they put. CNX has come out with its number. Let's come in close and let's see what numbers they are saying. CNX is also coming out and saying it's an overwhelming mandate in favor of the BJP. They seem to have revised their numbers and they are going further up. 140 to 159. So once again, CNX has also come out and said,
I think somebody is just shorting the market. You know, I'm really thinking about
shorting the market. No, but I just feel, no, I'll tell you what, one gets a sense that this vote share which is happening, if they're saying that there is a 3 to 5% difference in the vote share, largely 1%, 1.5%. Now, if it is 3% or 4%, then it's a decisive victory. Seat runs away.
Had they declared this number earlier?
No, somewhere I got the sense that CNX had
given the edge to the Congress and then they've revised the number.
But you know, because it's not as if the election is taking place today.
Exactly.
So I can't understand.
You know, I think one of the factors that Anand discussed, and I think at least the Axis number seems to indicate why such a large majority they are projecting for the BJP. Because there's a 6% gap in vote share between the BJP and the Congress. Remember last time around, the BJP had a greater vote share but by 0.13%. And in that, they got fewer seats than the Congress. If they have a 6% vote share difference between BJP and Congress, that's almost like a landslide.
And it's a two-way contest. No? So, अब two-way में अगर किसी के पास 6% ज़्यादा vote share सारी सीटें
I know that on polling day, all the BJP team guys, the backroom guys, were constantly sending me photographs of women lining up. You know, they just assume that all these ladies were voting.
No, there is an important strategy. Can we go back to that women number that we started? We started the poll of polls broadcast with, and this is what is interesting. This is the story here in this Madhya Pradesh election. Yeah, Zaka.
Yeah, 18.3 lakh more women voted this time. That's a 2% of the entire voter turnout.
This is like Bihar in 2020.
It's like Bihar. It's exactly like Bihar. In 2020, after the first phase, we were all convinced it's a wave election, RJD is winning.
But
in phases 2 and 3,
but even in Rajasthan, more women than men have voted actually. That's also
this is a phenomenal number because you're essentially looking at 2.72 crore women this time around as opposed to 2.41 crore. If an extra 2% have voted, and again, a large number of them, the presumption is they've voted for the BJP because of Ladli Behna and all the other women-centric schemes, then that is a decisive swing.
There's a whole chapter in Nalin's book actually about the woman vote. So Nalin, I think they actually have gone in with a very considered strategy because historically the woman vote has been going up. So they've become a very important vote bank.
Absolutely, Rahul. I mean, historically, you're right. 2019 was the first election in Indian history where more women voted than men. And historically, women always voted much more for Congress at the national level as opposed to the BJP. That trend began to change about 10 years ago and the gap started, the trend line started sort of changing on the map. And once women started voting more than men, and as the numbers
because of the three empowering schemes, some would say.
It's not just that, it's ideological change that you give welfare policies, but also I think BJP and the central government especially has bridged the gap between national parties and regional parties in terms of last mile delivery. You know, there is a feeling that, okay, these guys have announced it, we will get it. So that faith is not there in a lot of other parties.
And this this you see when you start seeing disaggregated data on caste. You see this, for example, just in the last election that we had, a lot was made about the Jat vote shifting, right?
That's right.
And then you see how older Jats voted, how younger Jats voted, how women voted, and the women were overwhelmingly in favor of BJP in the last UP election.
Well, I think, you
know, we've got America Narayanan and Tuhin Sinha also with us. Tuhin Sinha on National BJP. We'll go to them after Raul.
I think we should perhaps look at the larger picture now that is emerging. I think these results, I mean, exit poll projections are beginning to settle. So maybe we can start sort of taking the conversation to the larger canvas.
Yes, we will. We will do that. We'll just also do a quick recap of the multi-poll of polls like we did. America and Narayanan with us. And Tuhin Sinha should join us any moment now. Tuhin Sinha hails from that region, which is also cast its ballot, and he had done a story around the tribals of that region. So we will get him to weigh in on that the moment he is back with us. We just lost him there momentarily.